All right, so let's look at this example where direct substitution doesn't work. I recommend that when you approach any limit problem using algebra, that your first method, because it's the easiest, is to just try substituting that x value in. Now, if that doesn't work, like in this case, if you notice I plug in 3 into x squared minus 3x over 2x squared minus 5x minus 3, what I end up getting is 0 over 0. So finding the limit when you have some kind of weird form like this isn't going to work. So there's some tricks. When you're dealing with rational functions, one of the major tricks is to try factoring, canceling, and simplifying, and then try direct substitution. So if I try, actually, let me change the color. Let me change the color of my pen so it's easier for you to probably read it on the screen. So this was 0, 0. Okay, and then if we factor x squared minus 3x over 2x squared minus 5x minus 3, we can pull out an x on the top, and that becomes x times x minus 3. And then in the denominator, we can factor it as 2x plus 1 times x minus 3. And now what happens is I can get rid of that factor of x minus 3, and I can rewrite the limit as x approaches 3 of x over 2x plus 1. So now that we've gotten rid of this factor here that caused a problem, this is the factor that caused a problem, because when we plugged in 3, we would get 0 in the denominator. But now that we've gotten rid of this, now we can use direct substitution. So if I plug in 3 everywhere I see x, I would have 3 over 2 times 3, which is 6, plus 1 is 7. So my limit is going to be 3/7. So this is one of the tricks that we can use from algebra to get our limit when we run into the problem of 0 in the denominator, or if we have like a negative under a square root or something like that. This is one of the tricks that we can use to try to find the limit. That's not to say that this works every time. There are times where you might try to factor and simplify, and there's nothing that cancels. In that case, the limit might just not exist. But there are times when the limit does exist, and you just have to do some rearranging